I found out my girlfriend was sleeping with her ex. So I made her sister fall in love with me. She said, "You're too nice. Now I'm the villain in her family." You ever have that gut feeling that something's off, but you ignore it because love makes you stupid? Yeah, that was me. I'd been with my girlfriend, Jenna, for just over 2 years. 2 perfect years, at least on the surface. We met through friends at a party. She had that kind of magnetic energy that made you forget how to breathe. Wild, loud laugh, knew every lyric to every throwback song, could talk about movies and conspiracy theories for hours. I was hooked immediately. She was my first serious relationship. Like, this is the one I'm going to propose to serious. I wasn't rich, but I worked hard. I did construction full-time, saved up for a car, paid half the rent on the apartment we shared. She worked from home doing social media stuff for some lifestyle brand. Honestly, I never understood her job, but it paid well, and she always had brand deals coming in. We had fun, we laughed, we made dumb TikToks together. We were that couple people said were relationship goals. But underneath all that, something fell off for a while. At first, I blamed myself. I thought I was just being paranoid. She started being a little more distant, a little more secretive with her phone, but I told myself it was just stress, or work stuff, or maybe she needed space. Then it got weirder. She suddenly cared way too much about how she looked when she went out with the girls. Like full glam, lashes, heels, perfume I hadn't smelled on her in months. And she started hiding her phone when she texted, turning its screen down every time, taking it to the bathroom with her. You know, the usual red flags. But the dumbass in love in me kept saying, "Don't overthink it. Don't be that guy." Then one night, it all cracked. We were watching some show on Netflix. She fell asleep on the couch next to me, snoring softly with her head on my lap. I picked up her phone to plug it into the charger. I wasn't even trying to snoop. I swear to God, I just wanted to be nice. Then it lit up. One message. From a name I instantly recognized. "Last night was wild. You're addictive." The sender? Her ex-boyfriend. Nathan. The same guy she promised she was over. The same dude she swore was toxic and obsessed with her and would never be in her life again. My heart didn't just drop, it imploded. It was like getting sucker punched by a ghost. I sat there, phone shaking in my hand, staring at that message. She was still asleep, peaceful, like nothing was wrong. Like she hadn't just betrayed me in the worst way possible. I didn't wake her up. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I just shut down. It's like my whole brain went quiet, except for one cold, clear thought. I'm not going to yell. I'm going to ruin you. So yeah, I found that text from her ex while she was sleeping like a baby with her head in my lap. And in that moment, something inside me flipped. I didn't wake her up. I didn't throw the phone or cry or do anything dramatic. I just sat there, still, numb, watching the screen fade to black like it was the end of a movie I didn't know I'd been starring in. I was never the type of guy to go through someone's phone. I used to think it was toxic. If you don't have trust, what's the point, right? Well, I had trust. She didn't. So I unlocked her phone. Yes, I knew the passcode. We shared everything, or so I thought. And let me tell you something. Once you see one lie, it opens a door. And behind that door, a full-blown cheating circus. There were dozens of messages between her and Nathan. Weeks of them. Flirty texts, dirty texts, weird inside jokes they shared that made me realize how little I actually knew her. There was one that said, "I miss how we used to sneak around. It makes it hotter." Then another one. "Don't worry, he's clueless. I'll say I'm going to Chelsea's again, LOL." I swear to God, I felt my vision blur. They'd hooked up at least 4 times in the last 2 months. Mostly when she told me she was on girls' nights or working late at her friend's apartment. The worst part? She'd been with me earlier on those same days. She kissed me, said she loved me, made dinner with me, then dipped to go screw her ex. Like I was just some safe, boring plan B she kept around because I paid half the rent and listened to her podcast rants. It wasn't just sex either. She told him she missed him, that he still made her feel things I never could, said I was too soft, too clingy, too boring. Imagine reading that from the girl you were planning to propose to next year. My hands were shaking, but I kept scrolling. I couldn't stop. I needed to know everything. Needed to feel the full depth of the betrayal before I made my move. Eventually, I put her phone back down. Didn't say a word. She woke up about 20 minutes later, stretched, smiled, kissed my neck like she hadn't just lit my entire world on fire. And I kissed her back. Because now, I was done being the soft guy. The boring one. The safe bet. If she wanted toxic, she was about to meet him. The thing about betrayal is, once it happens, something breaks in you. Not just trust, not just love, something deeper, something colder. I didn't sleep that night. I laid next to her, pretending everything was fine. She snored softly, still smiling in her sleep like she was living her best life. And I just stared at the ceiling thinking, she really thinks I'm that stupid. But the thing is, I wasn't going to confront her. Not yet. See the old me? He would have cried, begged for answers, maybe even tried to fix things. But that guy died somewhere around the sixth message that said, I can't wait to feel you again. The new me? He was patient, cold, focused. And that's when Maya came to mind. Now, let me explain something about Maya. She's Jenna's younger sister. 20. Still in college, still figuring life out. Kinda artsy, little rebellious, way too honest. She never outright hit on me, but she'd always been a little flirty. Stuff like, if you ever break up with my sister, call me. You're way too good for her anyway. Or the time she jokingly said, if I met you first. I always laughed it off. I thought she was just being playful. But now those little comments had a whole new flavor. Jenna and I were planning to go to her parents' house that weekend. They were throwing a family barbecue and invited both of us. Usually I dread it, but this time I was excited. So we go, and guess who opens the door? Maya. Hair tied up, tank top, shorts, barefoot, music playing on her phone. She grinned when she saw me and went, well damn, someone got hotter. Right in front of her sister. Jenna rolled her eyes. Maya winked. I smiled. Game on. Throughout the day, I started playing this really subtle little dance. Nothing too obvious. I wasn't trying to get caught. Just small things. Complimenting Maya's painting when no one else noticed. Offering to help her bring in drinks from the kitchen, just the two of us. Sitting next to her on the couch while Jenna was outside talking to her mom. At one point, Maya dropped her phone next to me, and when I picked it up, I saw she had a private story on Snapchat. Just for me. Title? Trouble. She didn't say anything about it. Just smirked. Later that night, I posted a story of my own. Nothing crazy. Just me sitting by their pool, shirt off, drink in hand, sunglasses on. An hour later, Maya replied, stop trying to make me fall for you. With a black heart. I stared at that message for a long time. Not because I was shocked, but because I realized something. She already was falling, and I hadn't even really started yet. So I replied, what if I wanted you to? No emoji. No LOL. Just that. She left me on read. But the next morning, she sent me a mirror pic in a hoodie that looked a lot like mine. Caption, oops. That was the first time I felt something close to satisfaction since the night I found out Jenna cheated. It wasn't just revenge anymore. It was sport. After that mirror selfie Maya sent me, something shifted. Like the line we were dancing on. It was gone. And I could feel her watching me differently now. Longer eye contact. Lingering touches. Playful texts late at night. I had her attention. Jenna was completely clueless. Still giggling with her phone glued to her face, probably messaging that same ex she swore she hated. She was giving me excuses every other night. Babe, I'm too tired. Can we just cuddle? Girls' night again, don't wait up. Yeah, whatever. Meanwhile, Maya, she was lighting up my phone like it was Christmas. It started with innocent stuff, memes, music, TikToks. Then she sent a photo of her outfit before going out. Tight dress, low cut, asking, too much? Or just enough to make my ex jealous? I replied, too much, but not because of your ex. 3 dots. Typing. Then she deleted it. Typed again. Deleted again. Then finally, you're evil. I like it. That weekend, Jenna invited Maya to stay over at our apartment. Said she wanted a girls' night, maybe some sister bonding. I nearly laughed. Yeah, bonding, all right. Maya crashed on our couch that night. Jenna passed out early after half a bottle of wine and some trashy reality show. I went to the kitchen for water around 1 a.m., shirtless, because I was hoping for exactly what happened next. Maya was still awake, scrolling through her phone under a blanket. She looked up. Our eyes met. Neither of us said a word. Then she got up, walked straight into the kitchen, barefoot, loose hoodie, no bra, and just stood there. Too close. Why are you doing this? She whispered. I played dumb. Doing what? She bit her lip. Making me want you. I should have stopped it there. I should have walked away, told her she was drunk or tired or that this was insane. But I didn't. Instead, I stepped closer and said, What if I said I want you to? Silence. Then she kissed me. Full on, hands in my hair, pressed up against the counter kiss. And I let it happen. I kissed her back like I meant it. Because in that moment, I did. It was hot, messy, confused. Everything I hadn't felt with Jenna in months. But here's the thing. Maya thought it was real. After we broke apart, she looked at me like I just unlocked something in her. She touched my face and whispered, "Tell me I'm not crazy." And I lied. "You're not." The next morning, she left early. Didn't say goodbye to Jenna. Just gave me this shy little smile as she slipped out the door. Jenna never noticed. Never asked. Too busy texting God knows who. And me? I stood there in the doorway, watching her sister walk away, already planning the next move. Because now, I knew I had her. There's a special kind of thrill when you know something no one else does. Jenna was still cheating on me. I knew that for a fact. She'd sneak off for girls' nights and come back with hair messed up, skin glowing, and that stupid little post-hookup grin she thought I wouldn't notice. She even started locking her phone with Face ID only, like I wouldn't realize that was new. Meanwhile, I was 2 rooms away sneaking around with her younger sister. Let that sink in. Every time Maya came over just to chill, we played it cool. We were smart. We waited until Jenna was in the shower or running errands or on a fake call in her room. Then it was hands, whispers, lips, and guilt that faded the second she touched me. But the thing was, Maya thought this was becoming something real. She started calling me late at night just to talk. Told me about her classes, her dreams, her messed up dating history. She'd vent about how Jenna had always treated her like a shadow, the forgotten younger sister. And I'd listen. I'd give her those soft, carefully timed compliments that made her feel seen, like she wasn't just someone's backup dancer in life. It worked. Too well. She started falling fast. One night, she told me, "I've never felt safe like this with anyone, not even in my own family." And it hit me. Man, not guilt, not regret, just this sharp realization. I was breaking her. On purpose. And worse, she was starting to love me. But it didn't stop me. It should have. But it didn't. The next time she stayed over, Jenna was out with friends. Maya and I were in my bed before the Uber had even pulled away from the curb. And in the middle of the night, with her curled into my chest, I felt her whisper, almost like she was afraid to say it out loud. "Would you leave her for me?" I didn't answer, because I already had, but not for the reason she thought. It got harder to juggle. Maya was texting more, showing up unannounced. Once, she even left a scrunchie in my room, and I had to pretend it was Jenna's just to cover my ass. But the real kicker? I found out Jenna was planning a getaway weekend with Nathan, her ex, the same week I was making out with Maya in her car under a parking garage. It was like some sick love triangle, except no one knew the triangle had 4 sides. Everyone was lying. Everyone was smiling. Everyone was falling apart. And me? I was still winning. For now. You can only balance 2 burning lies for so long before they both light your life on fire. Maya was texting me good morning with little heart emojis. Jenna was calling me babe while scheduling secret hookups with Nathan. And me? I was deep in it, two-faced, ice-cold, and weirdly calm. But cracks were starting to show. Jenna started acting paranoid. Suddenly, she was the one asking where I'd been, who I was texting, why I was smiling at my phone. Funny how cheaters are always the first to get suspicious when you stop playing dumb. She even asked me once, "You're not talking to anyone else, are you?" I straight up looked her in the eyes and said, "No, babe. You know I'd never do that." While Maya was literally blowing up my DMs under a fake name. She bought it. Of course she did. Because in her mind, I was still that guy. The sweet, loyal boyfriend she could screw over without consequence. But she had no idea what was coming. One Friday night, Jenna said she had a work dinner. She got dressed to the nines, heels, red lipstick, full perfume blast, and left around 7:30. She was texting someone nonstop while curling her hair, and I knew damn well it wasn't her boss. 5 minutes after she left, I texted Maya. She's gone. 20 minutes later, Maya was in my apartment. I won't lie. It wasn't even about sex at that point. It was about power. About knowing I was in control of both of their lives, and neither of them had a clue how close they were to shattering. Maya curled up next to me on the couch, and we watched some dumb horror movie. She laid her head on my shoulder, tracing circles on my arm. She whispered stuff like, "Sometimes I wish it was just us. I hate how she treats you. I see you, even if she doesn't." And the worst part? It sounded genuine. Maya wasn't just some pawn anymore. She was fully in this, feeling it, believing in something I had no intention of building. Around midnight, we were mid-make out, hands wandering, legs tangled, breathing heavy, when the front door opened. I'll never forget the sound of Jenna's keys hitting the floor. The pause, the silence, the way her purse slipped off her shoulder like her soul left her body. And then the scream. Are you *ing kidding me? Maya jolted like she'd been electrocuted. She pulled away and froze when she saw her sister standing there. Jaw dropped, mascara smudged, eyes already glassy with tears and rage. Me? I didn't move. I sat there, shirtless, calm. Surprise, I said. Jenna lost her mind. She lunged toward Maya. I had to physically block her. She was screaming things like, how long? My own sister? You disgusting little. You get the idea? Maya started crying. Full on, ugly crying. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean for this to happen. And I stood between them and said the line I'd been waiting to drop for weeks. You cheated first. I just made it hurt more. Jenna went silent. Maya stared at me like I'd slapped her. Because in that moment, they both realized I never loved Maya. I used her. I planned all of this. It wasn't just revenge. It was surgical destruction. And just like that, the lies weren't secrets anymore. They were scars. Both of them walked out that night. Different directions. Different levels of broken. And me? I stayed behind. Alone. Triumphant. Empty. So yeah, after the explosion, the screaming, the crying, the truth grenades, both of them walked out. Jenna stormed off first, slamming the door so hard it shook a picture off the wall. Maya left 10 minutes later, face red, hands shaking, eyes swollen. No dramatic goodbye. No final words. Just silence. And for the first time in months, I felt peace. Not joy. Not victory. Just this heavy, cold peace. Like standing in the eye of a storm you caused. I knew it wouldn't end there. People like Jenna, they don't take humiliation quietly. Sure enough, the next morning, boom, my phone blew up. Jenna posted a crying selfie on her story with some fake deep quote like, never let someone tell you they love you if they don't respect you. Maya posted a black screen with, don't ask me anything. I got texts from random numbers like, yo dude, what the hell? Bro, did you actually K both sisters? You're a psycho. Turns out Jenna told everyone her version of the story. Said I groomed her sister. Said I was a manipulator. Said she cheated once, and I went full sociopath. One time. I had the receipts to prove otherwise. So I did something petty. I won't lie. It was extra, but I felt like it was necessary. I posted a simple screenshot. Just one. A cropped message from Jenna to Nathan, dated a month ago. He has no clue. You're still the only one who makes me feel alive. Caption. Tell your story, but tell the whole story. No names. No tags. But people knew. Half of her friend group went radio silent. The other half messaged me privately like, okay, I didn't know that part. Low-key deserved. Damn, you went full savage. I didn't reply. I didn't need to. But the fallout didn't stop there. About a week later, I got a call. From an unknown number. I don't usually answer those, but something told me to pick up. It was their mom. Yup. Straight up mama bear mode. She didn't yell. She didn't even sound angry. She just said flatly, I don't know what happened between you and my daughters, but I need you to know you broke something in this family. And I hope whatever satisfaction you got was worth it. Then she hung up. And let me tell you, that one did hit different. Because she was right. Jenna and Maya haven't spoken to each other since. I know because a mutual friend told me Jenna blocked her after Maya posted an old photo of us. Clearly before the drama, but still. Jenna lost it. And Maya? She messaged me. A long-ass text I didn't ask for. Pouring her heart out. Saying she didn't hate me, but she didn't know who I was anymore. Said she thought we had something real. Said she felt used. And you know what? She was right too. I read the whole message. Sat with it for a while. Then I replied with just 4 words. I'm sorry. I'm not him. That was it. She didn't respond. I could say I regret it. That I wish I handled it better. That revenge didn't fix anything. But I'd be lying. Because when Jenna cheated on me, she didn't just break my heart. She made me question my worth. And I reminded her, and everyone watching, exactly what I was capable of. It's been a few months now. The noise faded. The text stopped. No more crying selfies. No more cryptic captions. No more late-night chaos. Just silence. And let me tell you, silence is louder than screaming. At first, it felt like I won. I mean, in a way, I did, right? Jenna got exposed. Maya fell for me. I blew the whole damn thing up and walked away untouched. But here's the thing no one tells you about revenge. It doesn't fix the hole. Yeah, it gives you that rush. That hell, yeah feeling when the people who hurt you finally feel a piece of your pain. But after that, all you're left with is smoke. And a version of yourself you barely recognize. I think about Maya more than I care to admit. She wasn't innocent. She knew I was dating her sister, but she didn't deserve to be caught in my crossfire. I knew exactly what I was doing when I started flirting back. I knew what would happen, and I let it happen, because I wanted to see Jenna's face when she realized she wasn't just cheated on. She was replaced. By her own blood. That's cold. I know it is. But at the time, it felt like justice. Now, it just feels like a scar I gave someone who didn't need another one. I heard Jenna moved back in with her parents for a while. She unfollowed almost everyone. Went private. Nathan? Apparently, even he cut her off when everything came out. Guess even cheaters don't like being cheated on. As for Maya, she hasn't posted anything in weeks. She disappeared from social media completely. Deleted the photos. Removed the stories. Like she was trying to erase me and everything we did. I get it. I'd erase me too. People always say time heals everything. I don't think that's true. Time just gives you enough distance to stop picking at the wound. I'm not proud of what I did, but I'm not sorry either. Because before all this, I was the guy who forgave too easily, who loved without looking, who let people walk all over him because he thought loyalty meant never walking away, even when someone burns you. Now I'm the guy who knows what he's capable of, and that scares me more than it comforts me. So, that's the story. She cheated. I shattered her. And somewhere in the rubble, I lost the version of me that believed in forever. But I found something else too. I don't play the nice guy anymore. Not because I'm bitter, but because once you learn the rules of the game, you never go back to playing fair.